I don't fall in love with words. I can't stand people, oh, them jail talks, that jail talk. I don't fall in love with words. I fall in love with things.
They can't stop me. Yeah. You said you hate me, but you love to watch me.
Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, hey girl, my name is Coca, Lola, Jasziy, or whatever you want to call me. If you haven't already, make sure you hit the subscribe button, leave a like and comment. If you're returning, hey sis, welcome back, and thank you so much for coming back. Today I want to tell y'all about how me and my husband, we went viral on TikTok because I told the story about how we met. And I told the story about how me and my husband got married. If you're returning, if you've been here, or if you just know me or know my husband and you've seen the story, because I posted the story before on here, then you already seen it, and you probably saw, if you saw the video on TikTok, you probably was like a little confused. Now let me show you the video on TikTok if you didn't see it. I'm over here hot burning up. We gonna give a little TikTok promo too when I get to it. Where is that shit at? Oh, hold on. Hey, let's just go through it. Okay, so I said one day that I was at work and I got a call from this guy, and before the call ended, he basically told me that he was in prison. He told me to look him up, and I didn't know who he was. So well, I didn't know who he looked like, or I didn't know what he looked like, but he told me that, oh, you have a beautiful voice, and you know, I'm in prison, but you can look me up and write me, blase squaze. Okay, so what's next? I said I was curious, so I wrote down the number that he gave me, and I wrote him, and then I wrote him a week later, and then after that, I didn't know what he looked like, so he had his mom to send me pictures of him. After that, it shows us our phone call from 2021 when I had the number saved as prison. And I said we start talking every day, all day and night as friends. Girl, I'm flipping all over my words and shit. And I said he asked for my address to send me something, and he got flowers delivered to my house. I love it here, yeah. Then I said after a few months, he asked me to set up a video visit so we could see each other. So then I put this, like, this is our video visit, basically. Bitch. Basically, I said this was our first time that I saw him, basically, on video. And then, and I was in love with him, so I got his name tattooed on me twice. I actually do have his name right here. Yeah. And then I said he got out and he ghosted me. This is a cute picture of me in the bathroom. And then I said a year later he called me. He went back to prison again. And he told me that he was sorry for ghosting me, and he asked me to marry him, and I said yes. And there's that ring. And then I said, here we are, happily ever after. We've been married since. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, so rewind. I said that we met because he called my job, and you know, whatever happened with that. Now, that is a true story that actually happened. That one day I was working at this I was working at a legal call center. People would call in about their settlements, and because they worked with like class action lawsuits, and so we basically answered the phone for the lawyers and stuff. And a guy called in, and he was like, oh, I want to check the status of my settlement, blase blase. And it was actually a white guy, but he was like, yeah, you know, I'm in prison, you can look my number up and write me. And I just didn't want to. And yeah, so that was a true story, but it was not me and my husband's story. He did not call my job, excuse me. I already knew him like way before then, like way before this, way before then. I already knew him. The second thing I said was that I didn't know what he looked like, so so his mom sent me pictures of him. Clearly, if I already knew him, then I already knew what he looked like. I wouldn't just be talking to a random man. Like I was never that curious. I was never that curious about anything to just be talking to a random man. I don't know what the hell he looked like and he's in prison. Like I just wasn't, I just was never into a blind date type of thing. So no, that didn't happen. His mom didn't send me pictures of him. His mom sent me some pictures of him before, but that was like baby pictures of some stuff that, you know, whatever. I'm just getting all into. Okay, then I said we started talking every day, all day and night as friends. Since Makai's been in prison, we were talking all the time as friends, but we were talking all the time as friends. And people's like, how can you talk all day and night? I thought we only get 15-minute phone calls. It's like, I think everybody is not, which is not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing if you don't know like how things work in prison, because obviously if you've never been to prison or you don't know anybody in prison, like God bless you, good for you. But when you know how things work in prison, you got people in prison, you know that sometimes you can talk for longer. Like sometimes they be having cell phones, sometimes they be having like tablets where they can talk to you all day long, like all day and night, till they click the phone at like 1 a.m. or 11 p.m. or whenever they do it. So yeah, there is a way that you can talk all day and night. So yeah, we were friends. He would give me advice, we would vent to each other, I would tell him about my life and what's going on and stuff like that. And it was just like simple as that. Like it was never no romantic situation. It was never anything like that. And then I said he asked for my address, and then he got flowers sent to my house, which that is true. He got flowers. He got these flowers sent to my house. Boom. He got these flowers sent to my house, and he had, it was like 2 dozen. It was 1 dozen was for me and the other dozen was for Cam. I said after a few months he asked me to set up a video visit, and I said after a few months he asked me to set up a video visit, and basically we that was our first video visit. Clearly this wasn't our first video visit, because obviously we did video visits before then. Then I said like after that I was in love with him. I got his name tattooed. I don't really remember when I got his, I think it was in like October of last year when I got his name tattooed. It wasn't like, oh, we had that video visit and I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna get his name tattooed. Oh, I skipped well, this story was like going fast because it's a TikTok, but basically after, I can't really remember like exactly when we start. Well, I told this story before. Like basically let me just tell the real story. I'm getting hot and I forgot to say cheers, so I've been had my drink, because that's probably why I'm so goddamn hot. That shit here. Okay, shit. So let me tell y'all the real story of how me and my husband got married. I was moving to Houston 2 years ago. Me and my husband was already like talking, like I said, we were already talking a lot as friends. We were just cool. You know, people in prison get bored, so they be calling people. He was calling me every so often, or sometimes like he'll talk to me all day and we'll just be talking about really nothing. We was just friends, we was just cool, we was just kicking it type of thing. And I was moving to Houston we started talking like a little bit more. I was supposed to be moving with my ex, but we was driving in the car. We was driving from San Antonio to Houston, and Makai called me on the phone. I answered the phone. I made my ex turn the music down. I answered the phone, and I'm on the phone, keep giggling and cackling with Makai. And I get off the phone, and my ex, he had, his vibe was weird, but at the time, we was not together. We was literally not together. He's one of them people that like feel like they own you, even if y'all not together. And he can talk to like a million people, and he can do whatever he want. But you, God forbid, you ever even talk to one person on the phone that can't even touch you. Like, God forbid. So he got upset. He was like, oh, if somebody in jail can talk to you, then anybody can talk to you, and da 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 da. So we didn't end up moving in together. We didn't end up being together. We parted our ways that day. He told me that I was gonna have a horrible time in Houston without him. I said, okay, bet, whatever. And I had a great time. I'm living a great life. My life could never be more greater. I'm not even gonna lie to you. So yeah, that's what happened. That's how I told Makai, you made me lose my nigga. You gonna have to be my nigga now. He was laughing. Like, we used to make jokes about that, and we was never really serious, but that's really what ended up happening. That's really what ended up happening. I told him, like, you made me lose my nigga. Like, you got me messed up. I should never answer that call for you. I would have been still in a relationship, even though we wasn't even in a relationship. That's what's crazy. Like, me and him was not even together, but he was so upset that I answered the damn jail call in the car with him. He was like, that's disrespectful, how dare you, da 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 da. He was really mad at that. So yeah, that's what ended that relationship with him. I know if y'all been here and y'all saw that video, like, I had a whole like video of him and us like moving down there and all type of stuff. That did not work out. That only lasted 2 days, y'all. That lasted 2 days. That ended because I answered that jail call. And yeah, so after that I ended up just going dating other people, whole bunch of other people. I don't fall in love with words. I can't stand people, oh, them jail talks, that jail talk. I don't fall in love with words. I fall in love with things. Put some respect on my name, okay? Like, when I moved to Houston, I was dating, I was outside, I was heavily outside. I was in the streets, thugging heavy and living reckless. I wasn't like I said, we was just talking, we was just cool, we was just friends. So he would call me all the time. I'd be on dates, he would call me. I would still pick up the phone because, like, I don't know, something about a jail call, something about answering that jail call, like, they don't always get to talk to you, like, unless they got a cell phone or a tablet, or, you know, they don't always get to talk to you. So we was in the phase where I think this was when he ended up getting transferred. Oh, let's go back. Also in my TikTok story, I said that he got out and he ghosted me. I just want everybody to be like so freaking for real, because I don't think, and I don't want to sound cocky or, you know, like that, but I don't think I've ever been ghosted by a man. I don't think I've ever been well, actually, yeah, I remember one time I did get ghosted by this man. He asked me on a date, and then when the date came, he didn't say nothing. So I didn't say nothing, and then like a week later, he had hit me back up and was like, hey, what's up with you? And I didn't even know who the hell he was because I had deleted the thread, never saved the number, deleted the thread. And he was like, hey, what's up with you? And I'm like, who is this? And he sent me a picture of him, and I instantly blocked him. Like, no, I don't do that. I don't play like that. I would never let nobody play with me like that, especially somebody, like, when you're in jail, you're in prison, you're already at a disadvantage. So no, he didn't get out and ghost me. He never got out. He's only been in prison one time, which is right now, currently. He did not get out and ghost me. He did not do anything wrong to me. He has never done anything wrong to me, simply because, like, he just knows. Like, he just knows. Why would you even, because I know some men out here and in prison and just in general, they like that, but he is not. He knows, like, why would I do something like that to her? Because I don't want to lose her. He just knows he don't want to lose me. Who would want to lose me? Who would want to lose me anyways, right? So no, he did not get out. He did not ghost me. Yeah, back to it. So I'm just hopping around, so I'm sorry, but no, we ended up like getting romantic, I guess. I was dating still. He called me one day, and I was literally like on a date, and he called me, and I was talking to my date. But like, mind you, me and Makai, we homies right now. We homies, like, that's my dog. We just cool. But I'm talking to him on the phone, and I was talking to my date at the same time, and the phone just clicked, hung up on me. And this is when he had a phone that you can call on all the time. So this may or may not be true, because I don't want people, you know, people be getting in trouble for stuff. But basically, so he had, and the phone hung up on me, so I called back because I'm thinking like, what happened? So I called back and I'm like, what happened? He was like, are you talking to somebody in the background? I said, yeah. He said, you talking to like a nigga in the background? I'm like, yeah. What the hell you mean? Like, I'm on a date. He hung up again. The phone hung up again. At this point, I realized that he hung up on me. So I was like, I called back because I'm like, did you hang up on me? He was like, yeah, you talking to niggas in the background, da, 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 da. Mind you, I've been going on dates. I've been talking to other people. We've been cool. Like, we was not in no relationship. We was not on no like lovey-dovey. We was literally just cool. So at that moment, I realized like, okay, he might be catching a little feelings for me or something. So he hung up the phone on me, and I just was laughing because I was like, dang, is he really upset that I'm like on a date right now? And I've been going on that. I tell him about my dates. Like, I go on dates, I tell him like, oh, I like that nigga was cool, I ain't like that nigga, he wasn't he ain't got no money, whatever. So yeah. Okay, so my camera had went dead, so I had to leave y'all and come back. I was about to say this video, but I was like, let me just finish this video because I always be having trouble with my camera. It either be overheating, it be going dead, or something that just stopped me from recording my videos and posting my videos. I be want to post videos, but it just seemed like I'm going all the way back to square one with these videos. I promise you, like, I'm going all the way back to like when I first started doing my YouTube, because I just haven't been doing this for a long time. So it just be, who cares? Y'all don't even care, right? I don't care. So what am I telling y'all for? Anyway, so basically my husband started feeling me a little bit, and I could tell he was upset that I was talking to somebody in the background, even though he knew that I was dating other men or whatever, and it was never nothing going on between us. So after that day, I kind of got a little light bulb in my head, like, okay, maybe he just, you know, feeling me a little bit. Okay, a little bit more than usual. So that's what happened. That's what started. Oh, even still then, I was still kind of like having him in friend zone, because I'm just like, he's in prison. Like, I don't have no reason to be with you, like, honestly. And if y'all watch some of my videos beforehand, like, there was this whole video where we did a whole little podcast segment, or where I was just like, I would never hold no man down in jail. Like, once you go to jail, you're through. And I ain't gonna lie, I done left plenty men in jail. You go to jail, ain't no money, you want me to put money, you want me to do this, you want me to do that, I'm gone. That's just what it was with me. That's just what it was. But when I got with my husband, he just showed me like things was different. Like, oh, I don't gotta put money on your stuff. Like, you already got money. He got money to give to me. He's sending me money. He buying me things. So it was really different. So that's what that was. That not saying that I only not saying that I only decided to be with him because he was doing things for me, but that did you know, make a difference, because I'm not about to be taking care of nobody regardless of your situation. I really don't, you know, I don't care where you at, what happened, anything. I personally just don't believe in taking care of a man, and I'm just not gonna do that. I know we never supposed to say never, because I don't know, he might be sick and ill one day and might need me to take care of him, but that's a whole different story. But if you're able to do things, you're able to figure out ways to make money, I'm not gonna be taking care of you. I'm sorry. So yeah, he showed me basically like he can do this, he can do that, and I was like really shocked. I was really shocked, because I didn't know. I thought, you know, men in jail be begging, even though like, even the whole time that we was talking, the whole time that he been in jail and calling me, he was paying for his calls to me. Like, I wasn't paying for any of the calls. I wasn't paying for anything. He was paying for everything. So, yeah, that was that. Still got my wine. Okay, so Makai was at a lower level prison where he had more opportunities to do things. He had more things going on. He had more time out of his cell, and he got into a little scuffle with somebody, and they ended up shipping him to the maximum prison because I guess he had too many points. So they ended up shipping him to the maximum prison. This is where this is where I found out that I probably had a little feelings. So he's at the maximum prison. He's not able to call like he used to. He can't come out his cell like he used to. So he's basically like at first it didn't even feel like he was in prison, because we used to talk so much. Like, we would fall asleep on the phone with each other sometimes. Like, we would be talking all day and night. But he got transferred to this prison, and it's like, dang, like ain't nothing going on. I'm waiting for the call. Like, usually he'll call me a couple times a day. I don't get no calls at all, or I'll get one call just in the morning and stuff. So I'll be like, dang, I wonder what he doing. I wonder what's going on with him. And I just started worrying about him more. And I never like really worried about him. And at the time I was dating this guy like more I was dating this guy more than the other people that I was dating. Okay, I was dating multiple people, but I was more what is the word? I don't even know. Like, I spent more time with one person. So this one person that I would be with all the time, he told me himself, he was like, I feel like you're in love with Makai, because he knew Makai. Everybody knows Makai. Like, anybody that's around me, anybody that knows me personally, they already know who Makai is, and they know who Kai is, and they know, like, we talk all the time and we cool. So he told me, he was like, oh, I feel like you're in love with him. And I was like, what? What the hell are you talking about? I was like, no, that's not, no, we're friends, we're cool, that's it. And he was like, nah, because like, just the way that when you don't talk to him, your face, like when you don't talk to him and he calls you, like you light up and you just be so happy whenever he calls you, and you talk about him so much, and like, you're not like that with me. And honestly, obviously, I didn't like him very much. I didn't like him very much, obviously. So clearly I wasn't like that with him. But it was like, when he told me that, I started, at first I was like, what are you talking about? Like, you're tripping. But I started thinking about it, and I'm like, I'm like, you might be on to something a little bit. You might be on to something a little bit. And as I said before, like, I was outside in the streets thugging heavy. So I'm doing a little sugar baby thing. Like, I'm over here finessing and getting money from men, because that's just what I was doing. I don't have no shame in the game. That's just what I was doing. I don't care who knows and who wants to be mad at it. That's just what I was doing. And Makai would always, like, me and Kai would talk all the time, and he would tell me, like, I don't want that for you. Like, I don't want that life for you. Like, I really want to take care of you. Like, I really want to do this and I really want to do that. And he was doing that. Like, he was doing all of that just as a friend on top of that. So it wasn't even nothing at first, but as a friend, he was already taking care of stuff, because he didn't want me to go out and go on dates with these men that I didn't really care about, to get money from them and stuff. He didn't want me to do stuff like that, and I ain't never had nobody tell me nothing like that. Obviously everybody knows that I'm gonna do what I want to do, but it's just like, what? Like, you know, it was just different. Like, I don't know. He like, you don't have to do that. And then like, obviously we would talk all the time, so he knew a lot of stuff about me. When you're with somebody and they're in prison, you don't have no other choice but to be like emotional and like emotional and mentally, emotionally, you know, attached to them. Because there's no physical. Of course, you can go visit, you can hug them and stuff, or send them pictures and stuff, whatever, but it's no physical. So you have to actually know, like, you would have to actually get to know a person emotionally, mentally. So he knows like what's going on with my head. He cares what's going on in my mind. All these men out here that I'm dating and stuff, I was dating men that got all this money, these cars, these cribs, that's taking me on shopping sprees, taking me to 5-star dinners. I'm getting this, I'm getting that, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. But none of them men cared about what was going on in my mind. Like, they didn't care about me as a person. Like, they just seen, okay, she look good enough to show off. I'm gonna take her outside, I'm gonna show off, I'm gonna have her on my arm, and, you know, show people that I can get a good looking woman. Basically, that's really every man that I was dating. That's really all that it was. And that's why I never cared to finesse men for money. I never cared, because half of those men didn't even care about me. They didn't care about me, they didn't like me, they just liked the way that I looked. And clearly it was different with him, because, okay, yes, he likes the way that I look as well. Not saying that he just didn't care about how I looked, but it was more that he focused more on me mentally, like on my mind and how I really feel, and asked questions and really cared. Yeah, so I guess that's what brought me into that. Like, that's what drug me in, because it's just like, dang, somebody that actually cared about like me, that cares about what I got going on, cares about how I think and feel, and, you know, when I'm all right, when I'm not all right. He knows when I'm not all right. He knows, like, he knows so much about me, and we're like so in sync that it's crazy, because he's all the way there and I'm all the way here. And it's like, people that physically be around me, physically touch me, and you know, they don't even know a damn thing. They didn't even know nothing about me. It wasn't like they cared to know. They wasn't trying to get to know. It was they really was just trying to, like, buy me, basically. They was just trying to buy me. That was trying to buy me. That's just what it is. I'm gonna be 100% honest. One day my friend passed away. I took myself to a restaurant. I was in the restaurant sitting at the table by myself. I think Cameron was in Arizona with my mom for the summertime, and I was by myself in Houston. I was sitting at that restaurant, sitting at that table. I had ordered my food, ordered some drinks and everything, and I was sitting at that table literally crying. Like, I don't know what the hell I was doing at that restaurant. I should have stayed my ass at home, but I was at that restaurant sitting at that table crying my eyes out, because I was so freaking sad about my friend. And then like 2 minutes later, Kai called me, and you know, I'm crying, drying up my eyes and stuff, and trying to be normal on the phone. He's just like, what's wrong with you? Like, what's wrong? And I had like, I feel like I want it was just, just so much going on at that moment, and so much going on at that point in my life. It was like there was nothing that could calm me down, nothing that could make me feel better. But every single time that he would call my phone, I just like, he just would make everything all right. Like everything would be falling and broken into pieces, but he will always like bring everything together and make everything okay. So that was the day that I was like, damn, maybe this is like, maybe it is more than what I expected it to be. Like maybe it is more than what I thought it would be, because I was just chatting on the phone. I was personally doing my community service, because you never know, like people be in jail, they don't be having nobody. But not him. He has family, he has a lot of freaking support. He don't just have me. But it's a lot of men that's in jail that don't have nobody, and they ain't looking for no wife or no girlfriend. They just want to talk to somebody on the phone. They just want to pass their time by, and there ain't nothing wrong with that. I don't know why people make it seem like it's something so wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with talking to somebody on the phone, and they be, oh, what if you waste your time? So what? So what? We out here wasting time every damn day. We're out here wasting time every goddamn day. Now, granted, if you are spending more money than he's spending on you, and if you're doing more than he's doing for you, cut it. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm always gonna be a huge advocate of the man's supposed to always be giving more than you're giving, always. So if you're going broke, trying to accept these calls, trying to put money on this, trying to put money on that, I'm gonna say don't do it. But I know women that grind and go hard for their man that's in jail. That's the do you poo. I'm personally just not. I ain't gonna do it. Baby, life is hard out here. My rent is $1,900, almost $2,000 when we get through, with all the taxes and the fees that they add. So I got a lot of stuff, I got a lot of stuff that I got to do. I can't do that. So yeah, he asked me to marry him, and I was just like, sure, like why not? And everybody, you sure you want to marry him? You sure you want to marry him? I'm like, why not? If it don't work out, I could just get divorced. I don't know. I think I'm a realistic thinking person, and I don't think it's a lot of people like me that think realistic in the world, because if it don't work out, you just move on. Like people be making it seem like it's just so, oh my god, well, like if it doesn't work out, we just move on with our life. Like life goes on, everything is temporary. That is my motto that I've been living by since like 2017, that everything in life is temporary. And that helps me get through a lot of stuff, especially when things are going bad. That's what helps me get through, just knowing that everything is temporary. This is not going to last forever. And even the best of the best things, and we think, oh, forever, there's nothing lasts forever. Ain't nothing forever. So if somebody wake up tomorrow and they don't want to be with you, or you wake up tomorrow and you don't want to be with them, that's just life. That's just how life works. That's just how life goes. And we don't have no other choice but to just keep it moving. You can keep it moving, or you can lay down and die. Who gonna lay down and die? You not gonna lay down and die. I'm not gonna lay down and die. We gonna keep it moving, ain't we? All right. So that was that. He asked me to marry him. I said yes. I said, why not? I love you. You love me. We all one big happy family. And I'm just happy. I feel like people give bad advice all the time. People tell you, oh, you should leave this person for what? For what? For what? 'Cause he's not doing nothing to me. He's not taking anything from me. He's not asking me for anything. He ain't never asked me for nothing. He ain't never asked me to give him nothing, pay for nothing, do nothing. What else? Like, he's happy, I'm happy. What's the deal? What's the deal, y'all? What we mad at? What we upset about? Because he's in jail. I don't think his location means that he's incapable of love. I don't think that because he's in prison means that he shouldn't have somebody to be by his side. I don't think that's what it means, because he's really a really great guy. He's not a bad person at all. And honestly, people be, oh, they be jail talking, they be this, they be that. You can honestly tell when a person is just talking and running their mouth, and that's the same thing with being in jail, being out of jail. You can always tell when a person just running their mouth, but he don't just run his mouth, he put action behind all his words. We opening businesses together, starting businesses together, buying houses together, just doing a whole lot of stuff. Truthfully, Makai's credit is better than mine. Makai probably has more money than me. Honestly, he has better credit, more freaking credit cards, more. He can get more things than I can. Let's just let that sink in. Okay, so I guess that's I guess that's all that I got to say. Excuse me. What I want to say? Yeah, we're just gonna rock it out till we can't rock it out no more. He's not in prison for life. I know some people be thinking, like, when you don't want to tell people when your husband comes home, they just automatically figure like, oh, he must be in there for life, or like, no. I just don't want y'all to know when he, like, it's not y'all business. That's really just all it is. It's really not y'all business. It's a lot of stuff. I know that I seem like an open book, but it's a lot of stuff that I don't be telling people. Like, I don't tell people every single thing that goes on in my life. So no, I'm not gonna tell y'all where I'm not gonna tell y'all where he's at. I'm not gonna tell y'all when he gets out. I'm not gonna tell y'all anything of the sort. I'm not gonna tell y'all what he did. I'm not gonna say that. Just know that he's safe. I'm safe. He's coming home. You'll see when he get out. You'll see when he get out. Oh yeah, also I did say in that TikTok video that he get out in 2 weeks. Well, 2 weeks done passed by now. It'd be like 4 weeks. Obviously he wasn't getting out in 2 weeks. He's not getting out in 2 weeks, not even near close to 2 weeks. So yeah, I guess that's all that I got for y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.